Iga Swiatek's Wimbledon and her tennis journey toward being her new, old self. The Athletic has live coverage from Day 7 at Wimbledon 2025. The All England Club, London. There is a mysterious storm brewing in the bottom half of the women's draw at Wimbledon. At its center is a player that much of the field is trying to figure out, as she too tries to figure out who she is on this grass. It's not a surprise qualifier, or a player who has directly benefited from so many seeds making an early exit. It's Iga Swiatek, the five-time Grand Slam champion who spent 125 weeks as the world number 1 between early 2022 and late 2024. She's the number 8 seed at Wimbledon, but she's actually the world number 4. Only 3 of the top 7 players in the world are left in the draw. That version of Swiatek can appear on the Wimbledon grass, but to make it happen, she will have to win a battle between her 2 tennis selves that she has been conducting since late last year. Swiatek won the girls' singles title at the All England Club in 2018. 2 years later, she won her first Grand Slam at the French Open. 2 years after that, she won the 2022 US Open, as well as the first of 3 consecutive French Opens. But she also hasn't won a tournament since she won the last of those 3, 13 months ago. She has only been to the second week of Wimbledon twice in 5 tries. But going off her first 2 matches here so far, and her run to the finals at a warm-up event in Bad Homburg, Germany, Swiatek has shown signs that she might be getting inside the tennis time machine she has been building the past few months. She is going back toward the player she was when she won the junior title here, the player she was during her ensuing climb to the top of the game. That player floated up and down and all across court with a preternatural ease that veterans long for. She played with variety and spin, and happily worked her way through points instead of taking the biggest swing she could at first chance. She won points with cute angles and deft stop volleys. And when swinging hard wasn't working, her fallback plan was something other than swinging even harder. That became eminently clear Thursday, after Swiatek dropped the opening set to Katie McNally, an American qualifier and the world number 125, on center court. She ran away with the next 2, and the match, 5-7, 6-2, 6-1. She didn't do that by landing more first-strike bullets an inch in rather than a foot wide. She did it by firing fewer bullets. Her first serve slowed down. When she was returning, she focused more on putting the ball back in play, often with a chip, rather than trying to crush it across the court. During the first set, she won just 12 of 25 points that stretched longer than 4 shots. During the next 2 sets, she won 25 of 40. The same pattern occurred in her first match against Paulina Kudermetova, when she won just 5 of 18 points longer than 4 shots during a tight first set, and 7 of 8 in the second. Her first serve slowed down slightly, but became more effective in that match, too. Perhaps more importantly, she had played that way to go 4-1 up against McNally in the set that she lost. Then she did what she has done in her worst losses in recent times. She reverted to the all-out aggressiveness that became ingrained in her tennis between 2022 and 2024. It made her the dominant player in the world and won her Grand Slam titles. It also stayed some of her development, largely hid the finesse that had helped to carry her to the top of the sport, and created a psychological problem. When things get tight, players do what they know. What Swiatek knew became hitting every ball as hard as possible. But when things get tight, things go wrong, and hitting a ball hard when things go wrong means missing a lot. Against McNally, she found that often elusive balance between raising her intensity while playing more methodical and patient tennis, as diametrically opposite as those 2 goals might appear at first glance. You can still raise your intensity and be patient and make smart decisions, Swiatek said after she prevailed. It just means that you're going to play these shots really 100%. But it doesn't mean that they need to be like crazy. Then, it appeared that Wimbledon would get real for Swiatek. A matchup that would test whether she can stick with something closer to the older version of herself, the one that Wim Fissette, the well-regarded coach who has worked with her since the end of last year, has tried to bring back to the court. In Danielle Collins, Swiatek faced the player who took her apart in Rome on the red clay, her best surface, just 2 months ago. She pushed Swiatek to the edge of her emotional danger zone, a place where she has spent a lot of time the past few months.